Hey, look, we finna get in this shit and talk about how to get high without weed or no drugs. Now what you need to understand is if you can do it with weed, you can do it without weed. Now, I've been high without drugs ever since I came out the womb. And I started to understand what was going on whenever I had hit middle school. Now, when I hit middle school, I was like so fucking like I had this different view of life and I couldn't explain it. But the thing is, like, it was really I was high off life, my nigga. Now look, when we get into this shit, I'm gonna explain this shit. Now look. Now, one thing you need to understand is that when you smoke weed, where do you go? You go to the spirit world. Now, if you don't want to use the spirit world in this, we're going to use your original self. Now, we're going to have to use the spirit world in this, and we're going to use the original self in this shit. Now, your original self is your soul self, like your true self, like without the ego, without these facades. I mean, the ego is still there, but what I mean when I say this is without the things you put on yourself to present yourself as. Like, say for example, you want to present yourself as like the smartest nigga in the whole entire county, or you know what I'm saying, like shit like that. So what you need to understand is, first you need to understand that I am none of these things. Now, what I mean by I don't care what you do, I don't care how important you think what you do is. What you need to understand is, okay, I am none of these things. If you're a football player, you need to understand, okay, I am a football player, but I'm not attached to being a football player. I'm me at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? Because if you keep attached to these things, then that's just adding on. And the more you add on, the farther away you is from doing this shit. Now look, when you do that, you have to, like I said, first you gotta detach from all illusions and things you think you are, and just be you. Now, because when you smoke weed, what happens? You be your original self. If you a stupid nigga, when you sober, you smoke weed, you a stupid nigga some more. If you a smart nigga and you barely talk, but you smart, you gonna talk a lot when you smoke that weed, and you gonna be smart as fuck. If you a hoe and you sober, when you smoke weed, you gonna be a hoe some more. Your ass gonna be all twerking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now look. So as I was saying though, and another thing you need to do is you have to know yourself, and you have to connect with yourself. Now you will have to really know yourself. Now, in order to do that, is you're gonna have to do some alone time, and you're gonna have to really like know this. You gotta be self-aware. Like you gotta be self-aware of the shit you do and things that are the third. Now I'm not saying like you have to be self-aware 24/7, but being self-aware really puts you in a state where, okay, I know why I do these things. I know why I do these things. Because if you're just blindly doing things, then you're still far from this shit. Now, I'm not going to say it's hard, but I'm not going to say it's easy, because I don't know how deep are you into a illusion that you put yourself in. It all depends on the person. Everybody is different. Now, if I want to summarize this up into a big whole category, one thing I would say is basically know yourself and just be yourself. Literally, like that's like if I just want to summarize this shit, just be your fucking self. Like real shit. Like I don't know, like I don't want to, like that's just all you really have to do. Like when you not being yourself, your soul is all the way down and shit. When you tap into your own spirit and your own soul, and you give your soul life and shit, then your vibration starts to go up. Now I can summarize this shit again. I'm finna do that shit right now. Basically raise your fucking vibration, my nigga. So if you're on the it's a vibrational scale in this shit. Now you can go ahead and look it up and see where you at on this shit, and I'm gonna explain you how this shit works. Now I don't feel now look, it's low vibrations and it's high vibrations, and in order to feel that natural high, you would need to bring your vibration up. Now, this is another way of explaining this shit. To summarize this shit, if you get lost in the other shit, you can't pay attention. I'm just summarizing certain aspects of this shit. So you have to basically be yourself and be in a higher vibration of what is low. Now, the higher you vibrate, the more lighter you feel, and the more life feels more joyful. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the more natural you will be in these states. Now, as I was saying, now, after I done told you that, now I'm going to go back to what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. Now, what happened was when I started noticing that I was naturally high in middle school, it's when I, like, the shit I used to do. I used to do shit that everybody else would just be like this. Like, everybody would be all stuck and shit. I used to be moving around. Like, why these niggas not moving around? And as I got to high school, I started to look into that shit. And I started to realize, okay, I was naturally high, and I'm naturally high as I am today, because I always keep a high vibrational. I always keep high vibrations no matter what the situation is on the external rim. I try to keep my vibration in a high state, if you understand me. And another thing, when I noticed that I was on a high vibration, was when we used to smoke weed. And when we used to smoke weed, it was like I dropped down a level, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it was basically like I was on 5D, and I dropped down to like fucking, like, I'm tired as fuck. It was like I was on 5D and I dropped down to 2D or some shit, or 3D. And like, I'm telling you, it was like I dropped down. Like, everything was like, it was like I was seeing life. It was like I was seeing life through other people who say they want to get high, if you know what I mean. But it was like, I never understood it. But as I see now, I was already there. And when my friends were smoking the weed, they were on my level, because my friends wasn't really as like as hype as I was when I was in middle school. Like, my friends really wasn't as hype. They was more as like the people who tagged along, and I was more the person who was always in that natural high state. But you know what I'm saying? So just raise your vibration, and that's how you get up there, and be yourself.